next rental home just got easier with Joiner Properties, offering quality rentals across central Kansas. Joiner Properties is all about comfort, convenience, and exceptional service every step of the way. Whether you're searching for a cozy apartment or a spacious home, their team makes the process stress-free with properties to match your lifestyle. Move with confidence and find a place you'll love with Joiner Properties, because where you live matters. Find your next rental home at joinerproperties.com.
Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Rush, ball knocked out of his hand and ends up in the arms of Guyton. He gets it knocked out by Petrie, and the return for the touchdown by Derek Barnett. Barnett with the defensive score.
Cleaner and more detailed in certain spots. We're not playing well enough, executing well enough, coaching well enough.
Well, I don't know that there's anything but the obvious, and that is that we just aren't playing very well. Happens we're doing that at home for sure.
You got the best player on the field in Josh Allen. Why do you want to leave it up to anyone other than him? Why do we complicate these things so often? Don't worry about analytics. It's just data.
Take him that away and they don't have to worry about it. Maybe flirt with it and try to do that. I think you should always try if you've got a chance to set history. Now they can focus on what their goal has been all along, and that's to win a third Super Bowl.
The Lions are a great team, but I am not drawing any dramatic conclusions about the Detroit Lions after 2 victories against the AFC South.
It gives us the best chance to win, and we're still trying to figure out some different scenarios and what gives us the best chance to win in those type of games based on, playing different lineups now. And
transition offensive and defensive rebounding, and then setting our defense on in the half court and being able to guard guys. And 18:50 to go in the game. It's a 8-point game at Texas, and Texas is a really good team.
A product of having good coaches, good teammates, and staying present. I was lucky enough to surround myself with really good people this year. My catchers were awesome.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome into the Tuesday Sports Day show. Steve Webster with you in the Mayo Money Management Studios. Mike Corson is here, Mike Hesher, and Landon Winkler back running the board, so that means we'll get to hear Hesh talk today, which will be a wonderful thing.
Are you sure?
Off to a hot start.
I said more today than I did yesterday all day. So
got a lot of comments about that too. It was really
Thank God he shut up.
On the program today, a lot of football for you. KU and K-State also in action tonight. We'll see. We're going to talk Houston Cardinal football. We'll wrap up their season. The voice of the Cardinals, soon to be voice of the Cougars. Cole Reif will be in. We'll wrap up that game against Southeast of Salina on Friday. And Hutchinson and Barton
the
on
first
November
game
20th.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
It's an expanded conference season.
I realize that, but still. And it's a week before Thanksgiving. I'm old school. I'm gonna get off my yard type of day.
We've noticed that all day long. So Cole will be in. We'll also talk Barton volleyball. Megan Besker is down in the home of the the 101st Airborne, Clarksville.
Do they have
Tennessee.
cell phone service in Appalachia?
Oh no.
Cumberland Gap country?
It's right on I-24. And in fact, you can be in Clarksville, Tennessee, and then you just go, and all of a sudden you'll be in Kentucky, just like that. See, it's like right on the border, along the Cumberland River. Beautiful town of Clarksville, Tennessee. So Megan Bessiker and the Barton Lady Cougars are there. So the national tournament starts tomorrow. It will be a 10 o'clock start. I've been saying 11 o'clock. Why would you put the Eastern Standard Time on a volleyball tournament if the tournament was taking place in the Central Time Zone?
And you'd think that far east would be Eastern,
but it's not. That's what. Yeah, you get down there. Like I asked her what time it got dark yesterday, and she said like 4:30. It's like the far east as you can go and still be in the Central Time Zone. Other good things that you can find out here on Sports Day. So we'll talk with Megan. Also, Alan Clark got tied up yesterday. So he's coming back in today.
Is he coming in today?
Well, you're coach and you're running a program. There's things that happen sometimes. And so he will be in today. We'll talk Barton Lady Cougar basketball. But we will begin today with the Dallas Cowboys.
Used to be America's team.
Yeah. When did they not become? I mean, what?
When Jerry Jones bought the team?
The call from on ESPN television last night, Derek Barnett picks up the bouncing pigskin. You called it pigskin this morning, but it's okay.
You listen way too close.
28 yards for the touchdown. That gave the Texans a 27-10 fourth quarter leading en route to a 34-10 win over the Cowboys. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy after the game said they're just not playing very well.
Duh.
Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner and GM, echoed that statement, saying they're not playing very well. You know, I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans around here, including one that I'm really fearful of that's right across the hall.
Be careful where she's at.
Cowboys aren't in a good place to be good anytime soon.
No, they're not.
But at least they paid CeeDee Lamb a lot of money. Oh, at least their overpaid quarterback is out for the season right now.
Wait till next year.
Did you hear why Mike Tyson didn't land any punches in Arlington over the weekend? The curtains weren't pulled. Yeah, Jerry Jones was on that Netflix broadcast. You're like, no, you're not America's team anymore, Jerry.
Well, good thing maybe they didn't try to open the roof or the roof. So officials say a piece of the roof at AT&T Stadium fell to the field while the retractable portion of it was being opened at least 3 hours before the game against Houston. It was mostly empty when the incident occurred. Team officials said nobody was injured. The roof was closed without incident about an hour later. Officials say gusts of up to 30 miles per hour during the day contributed to the incident. So part of the roof fell down. I guess that the scoreboard and the big video TV they have up there stayed up. How would you like to be under that?
No, thank you.
Imagine seeing that.
Come crashing down.
By the time they have the video of when the ceilings collapse, talk about pay-per-view. Let's see that video collapse. It used to be the biggest in the world. It might still be. I think the LA one is even bigger, but yeah, that was big-time stuff down there in Arlington.
How big's your TV in your house? I mean, it's got to be close to that.
I can't divulge that information.
So nothing's going right with the Cowboys.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Never have liked them.
All right, so Joe Fortenbaugh doesn't understand why coaches make things harder than they have to be. Talking about the Buffalo Bills' decision to go for on fourth down and 2 that led to Josh Allen scoring on a touchdown that essentially put the game away against the Chiefs. Well, he didn't overthink it. Andy Reid did. He called the timeout, and then Buffalo said, well,
I've heard a lot about this one,
maybe we ought to just go for it. Thanks, Andy. You know, I'd have taken a few.
They needed a loss, okay?
I completely agree.
They need 2 or 3 more.
No, they don't need any more. I don't think they're going to lose this weekend against Carolina.
Oh, boy, the knives will be out if they do, though, won't they?
I think coaches, though, everybody's going for 2. I mean, are going for it right now, 4th and 2. I agree with the decision because you don't want to give it back to Mahomes down by 5. What's that? That's nothing.
Are you sure? They're not playing like the Chiefs of old.
Okay, but
the Chiefs of old, they're better than they were last year.
They were going to kick the ball until Andy Reid called the timeout.
That's the speculation.
Yes.
They were going.
They had the field goal. So that coach does get criticism because I think that guy's point was, why did you need somebody to call a timeout to do the smart thing? He's like 7'4". He can stretch 6 feet and get a first down, but he ran 26 yards
after he dropped back 8 yards. to throw the football.
He was getting a layout. at the
Getting a
field.
running start.
Yeah.
So they're going to lose a bunch more? Is that what you're saying, Hash?
I have a feeling that the rooster is coming home to roost. Isn't that the same? The chicken's coming home to roost. That's what it is, isn't it? Okay. They have been living by the skin of their teeth, correct? And Patrick Mahomes is not
Technically, I
playing.
don't think teeth have skin on them. but
Okay,
that's
good.
okay.
And
We're
it's
not
the
gonna
same
be-
argument because they said this on the broadcast several times. Mr. Anthony Romo, this is the championship mentality. A lot of teams here, we're down every game. We've been down 9 out of 10 games, but that championship mentality says
We're going to
we
win.
don't care.
Yeah.
Tom Brady did the same thing. Well, why did he have so many comebacks? Because he was down.
Yep.
So it is become a mindset, and I would have pegged on paper Buffalo was a far greater team. That Kansas City was in a position possibly to come back
and win the game on the road. I'm not ready to panic yet. Come on, Hash, hang in there, bud.
And I think once they get Pacheco back and figure out how to use 2 guys to throw the ball to instead of just one.
And who's saying they won't have more people get hurt? I mean, everybody's saying we're waiting for these guys to come back. You don't know there's not more injuries coming.
I do.
You do? Okay.
It is a rule. Once you reach so many injuries,
And that's it.
The
Okay.
football gods say, okay, that's enough.
I just wanted to see your face get as red as your hoodie.
Seren Petro, ESPN, also Sports Radio 810 in Kansas City, saying that we'll release some of the pressure on the Chiefs. And I agree. They need
That one I agree with, yes.
Because what are they going to play for down the stretch if they've got a 3 or 4 game lead on the AFC wild card? I like it. Didn't enjoy the loss, but it was okay. You know, it's hard to win 15 games in a row. It is.
It is.
And I'm going to say this facetiously, but at some point this season we will see a bundle Rooski. You could so luckily they are winning because you don't see all these other guys in commercials, and I don't think that's a Kansas market thing. So if they ever do start struggling, why do they not get shade? Hey Andy, focus on football instead of
He was last year.
getting his nuggies last year.
Everybody was. They need to focus on football. Okay.
Ooh, Travis Kelce, maybe?
Bill Barnwell, many experts have jumped on the Detroit Lions bandwagon. Not ESPN's Bill Barnwell.
You beat 2 AFC South teams that aren't very good.
This is what they said about
But they
K-State
beat
back in
them
the day.
52-7. If that had been Kansas City playing Jacksonville last week, the Chiefs would have had to drive down on the last drive.
That's because they have that championship mentality you
It
guys are
is.
talking about.
Are they expected to get Hutchinson back this season? That'll be a
I don't
even
think
bigger
so.
I don't. That's when they went out and picked somebody else up.
because they're doing it without. I don't care who you play. 6 points in the NFL without your leading defender.
Well, they do get to play the Bears all the time. I mean,
Yeah, but
Jim Muzinas will come back to haunt you.
With a deep playoff run.
all right, college basketball. Bill Self still tinkering with his lineup to see what will work when conference season rolls around. They take on the University of North Carolina, Wilmington tonight. When did you become I'm going to do what you want us to do, Mike Hesher?
It's the same way I still call it Trinity Catholic out of Hutchinson. They asked us several years to go to call them Trinity Catholic. They're not. They didn't like Hutchinson Trinity. They wanted Trinity Catholic.
Well,
I say-
Acacia calls them Hutchinson Trinity. So I mean,
I'd do it even better. I say Hutch Trinity.
oh yeah. But would you come on this? Who's UNCW? Is that where Catch It Kansas is on Friday nights? Is on the UNCW?
CW.
That's a good one.
But they don't want to be called University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
That's what their website said that I went to.
Well, how does the people in Wilmington feel about that? That the school is.
I will have to do a survey on that because I have no idea.
So I'm doing these basketball previews, and I just saw a kid who signed a Division I UTPRGV something. I'm like, and they just referred to it like you're supposed to know what that meant. I had to Google it. Oh, it's Texas Rio Grande Grapevine or something.
Texas Rio Grande. Yeah, what's the University of
Rio
Indiana,
Grande
Purdue, Indiana? I do PU.
That was what I was
IUPUI.
thinking of. Yeah, IUPI.
Anyway, KU and the 3-0 Seahawks tip tonight.
Just
at
call them the
7 o'clock.
Seahawks.
The
Because they're not even.
They're playing Seattle.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they're all screwed up in Wilmington.
North Carolina Wilmington plays tonight at Allen Fieldhouse. KU plays Duke.
I wonder what Lyles Lashley says now.
I don't know. He's probably educating children right now. Jerome Tang not taking Mississippi Valley State lightly. Tip-off tonight from Bramlage is at 7 p.m.
So that would be MVS, Mississippi Valley State?
MVS.
What'd I say?
MVSU.
Okay. Isn't that where, there's a receiver that went there?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice went there, okay.
Didn't Missouri beat them by 70? Evidently they played at Texas. Anyway, all right, there you go. By the way, K-State women were in action last night as they defeated Little Rock 73-43. K-State women are number 10 in the country.
What state's that in, Michael?
Little Rock? Arkansas. And it's the Arkansas River.
Well,
I just got shut off. See, I told you didn't want me to talk today.
It doesn't say Arkansas Little Rock. It just said Little Rock. Maybe it's just what you were saying yesterday is because it's not UMKC. It's just Kansas City now.
Correct.
Which, again, opens a big can of worms because Little Rock. How do you know it's not Mushroom Rock? You've never been to Mushroom Rock.
I've been to Mushroom Rock State Park in Kansas. I have.
Have you been on the Mushroom Rock?
I don't know if I got on them, but I went there. Have you been on them?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe you're supposed to climb them. So
I was going to say, so he broke the law.
Yeah. Statute of limitations, maybe.
And finally, the Major League Baseball awards announced on Monday, and in no surprise, the man who grew his mustache out just to look like Mike Hesher, Pittsburgh rookie Paul Skeens, named National League Rookie of the Year. Have we got an announcement on who the American League Manager of the Year is yet?
I have not. I've been busy with other issues.
And in a total snore fest, first time in 13 years, the Rookies of the Year pitchers.
Both of them, yeah.
Because everybody shows up to the ballpark to watch pitching, starting pitching.
Luis Gil, American League Rookie of the Year.
You wouldn't go watch Paul Skeens pitch?
I'd rather see some hitting. I want to see.
Yeah, pitchers.
Chicks dig the long ball.
That's why they don't dig me.
And with that, we move on. Okay. Coming up, we'll be talking with Cole Reif, also Megan Bessaker. Lady Cougars take on Navarro College, the Bulldogs, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at Austin Peay University.
Did I hear Mike Hesher say that the other day it was Navarro?
I'm sure I did.
It could be. I'm going to go with Navarro.
On the show, they said Navarro, which, based off like some musicians, I thought it might be Navarro.
Okay, I'm going to listen to everything you two say and just nitpick everything you say.
We don't have enough time on the show for you to take care of that. All right, Cole Reif coming up next here on Sports Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hurry! Hadley, close the door!
Okay, Papa, I've got it.
Oh, no! The safety eyes worked.
Papa, isn't that a good thing?
Yes, Hadley. It's a good thing normally, but...
Hey, you two. Where's my turkey?
Papa did it.
Well, at least I still have you 2 turkeys.
Happy Thanksgiving from C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
Step into the spotlight with Barton Community College's theater program. Whether you dream of performing on stage or creating magic behind the scenes, Barton offers hands-on training, expert guidance, and creative performance opportunities. With top-tier facilities and a supportive community, you'll develop the skills to shine. Turn your passion into a career and start your journey to the stage at Barton. Learn more at theater.bartoncccc.edu.
$20,000 to spend right before Christmas. And today, your chance to qualify to become an instant finalist for the $20K Christmas Cash giveaway is going on at Eldridge Fencing until 5 o'clock. Presented by Bauer Computers, Mayo Money Management, and Mater Plumbing Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer, whatever it takes. Stop on in Eldridge Fencing, 80 East 10th Street in Great Bend today. Talk to Wally and the gang and see what kind of deals they're ready to make. They're offering 10% off on all iron ornamental fencing. If you have a grill enthusiast in your life and you need to shop for them for the holidays, Eldridge Fencing is the place to be. They've got grills on grills on grills, plus great things for stocking stuffers, like seasonings and rubs, grilling utensils, and so much more. Stop in today, Eldridge Fencing, 80 East 10th Street in Great Bend. Become an instant finalist for the $20K Christmas Cash giveaway. Brought to you by Bauer Computers, Mayo Money Management, and Mater Plumbing Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer, whatever it takes.
Eldridge for the biggest room at your house.
He's the voice of the Barton Cougars and the Hoisington Football Cardinals. And back in the day, he could play a mean game of darts. It's Cole Rife time on Sports Day.
Sports Day today brought to you in part by the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department. Featuring number 2 Clear Diesel, Bulk Fuel, E10 fuel delivery and all your lubricants and fuel supplies. By Eller Automotive Repair, they specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. They're your local mechanic. You know, like you're not embarrassed to take your car in there and they see what condition it's in. They don't judge you at Eller Automotive Repair. They take care of you.
I always feel like, those are professionals in any type of industry. Like they've seen it all. So like a lot of times my wife gets embarrassed, like with certain things, like, if our house is messy or
correct
the car, like, depending on who it is, like people have seen it. All right. People have seen the worst of the worst. Like, is this up there? Maybe, but like, I don't know.
You want non-judgmental service.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get.
Yeah, or like she'll go through trying to clean the car up before we take it in for like an oil change. So like, yeah, I know there's like 50 million fruit gummy packages in the back seat, but like that's fine.
That's a good point, because I think everyone should look at that, because everybody think, oh no, look in the back seat of anyone who has small children. I mean, you'll find Army men back there. You'll find,
goldfish.
Oh, definitely goldfish. Crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's those parents that go out and vacuum their car each weekend.
Hats off to them. But what gets me is like eventually when you get a stench and there's like a smell that starts to resonate in the car, and then okay, and then like it goes on for about a day. And then like another day falls, and it's like, okay, I need to go do a search. So it's always a concerning. I mean, usually it's food. Like what was it? Like a month ago, I found it was like a dried up pickle, like like from like a cheeseburger, like a McDonald's cheeseburger or something like that. Just like a dried up pickle, like it was hard as a rock. I was like, how long has this been here?
Non-judgmental automotive service is what you're going to get at Eller Auto Repair.
Yeah, they don't care if they find dried pickles.
No, exactly. They're going to open the hood up and. Boy, do you ever go to those places and peel off the sticker of the last time you had your oil change, just so they don't judge you that you can't? It's been 17,000 miles.
I've never done that.
Okay, I've done that. Yeah. Why, I change every 3,000 miles. The sticker's not on there. Okay. That's a good segment, Cole. I think we'll just take a break and we'll come. Okay, Hoiston Cardinal football season. Southeast of Saline, 30-8. Thoughts on that game Friday?
Southeast is good. they're really good. I mean,
better than last year?
Better. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I like their balance better. And, they've always been able to pass the ball, even say, let's compare them for the last 3 years, for the last 3 matchups that Hoisington has seen them. Their ability to throw the ball was really, really good 2 years ago with the Gebhardt quarterback and, the Gebhardt wide receiver. But then I thought sometimes that year, as good as they were, sometimes they chose to throw the ball more than they had to. They didn't. They could have just. They had like Nate Friesen was a really good running back, and they had good numbers. And then obviously they got Grady Gebhardt, now a junior running back. And I thought, you saw in the game the previous week against Norton, those are the rain conditions, but he still carried the ball 26 times. Now in a Hoisington game, Tucker Thaxton did a phenomenal job, had one of the best receiving games I've seen as far as, always getting open, not huge yards, but over 100 yards receiving, but had 11 catches in the first half. But even with those numbers receiving, I thought they didn't overthink it in hey, Grady Gebhardt's getting 5 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards, 9 yards. Let's keep going with that. So, I thought, their ability to realize, hey, we got something going here, let's continue to gash it, I think makes them better. And then defensively, they're just as good, if not better, than they have been the last 2 years, especially 2 years ago or last year. So, I don't know. It's weird to say that maybe they're better because they've had some really good teams. But I think Mitch Gebhardt's in his 15th year. I think he's just got really good pulse for, what he needs to trigger.
His kid's running back now. Remember, kid's not a quarterback. We don't need to throw it as much now. We give my son playing running back now. Let's get.
Yeah, and it's just hey, if we got to run him 30 times, we're going to run him 30 times. And, they did that. So, it's weird to say that they're better because they've been really, really good. But I like their balance. And I would say, to be fair, this Hoisington team, if we're being honest, isn't as good, as what we saw last year with the final product out on the field. And, with that type of a matchup, just kind of a perfect storm that, Southeast is going to win that game. But, I think if you play that game 10 times, I think Southeast wins probably 9 of those games. I think it was just clearly that, they were the better team Friday night.
Okay, so another Cardinal season in the books, and it was, as far as win-loss, wasn't what we've seen in the past, but certainly, there were some hurdles in the way this year, so it's time to start looking ahead to next year. What do we got?
They have a lot of their skill players coming back again. They'll have to figure out the quarterback situation with both Ren Galley and Jason Robinson graduating next May. If you figure that out, Coulter Hahn might be one of those types of guys that, he'll be ready to slide in, hopefully at quarterback for his junior year, unless you want to, make a switch and put somebody else in there. But, that's a possibility. They'll have a lot of the skill guys back. Mason Martin, Carson Mason comes back. Taylor Morales, who I think might have a really, really big senior year if he can stay healthy for the full year. C.J. Bryant, Preston Merlu will come back. All those guys. This is a good senior class. They had 8 seniors. They'll return 3 of their 5 offensive linemen. I think that's probably the biggest question for me is who's going to plug in for, Brady Rife and Chambers. It's only 2 spots, so you get over half your guys coming back, but Carson Kinman might be a possibility. He'll be a junior next year. Maybe he goes to the O-line. But trying to fill that will be a little bit of a question mark, and then the quarterback spot. But they'll still have a lot of skill players. Those types of guys coming back pays really big dividends. Defensively, I think, is where you're going to see the biggest hits. A guy like Jason Robinson, in that secondary, he cleaned up a lot of messes. But then the middle of that linebacker core with Taryn Kraft, your leading tackler the last 2 years, Brady Rife, had a really good defensive year, too, for Hoisington. I thought he played well Friday night against Southeast defensively. So, losing those guys, I think, is probably the biggest question. Those are guys that are sure-handed tacklers. You don't have to doubt, when the play comes that direction, it's going to stop there. And I don't necessarily think they have one of those guys yet. That can change going into next year, but they lost some big tacklers for this year.
Okay, so they take on Beloit now.
They're better. Beloit's, obviously better since that Week 3 matchup. That was 32-6 back in Week 3, and Southeast was able to win. Things changed. That's a long time ago, but at the same time, I don't see anybody touching Southeast. If Nemaha Central is able to get their own on the east side in the state championship game, I think that's a really fun matchup. But maybe Beloit has something changed, but I just don't see Southeast losing to Beloit.
Council Grove might beat Nemaha Central.
I think Osage City was the matchup on the east. I think that Nemaha-Osage City game just last Friday night, I think that was the sub-state round. Because Osage beat Council.
That was a heck of a district.
Yeah, that was a really good district. So I think that was the premier game last Friday night, and Nemaha was on the ropes and, trailed the majority of that game against Osage City. I think it'll be a good game, but I think Nemaha wins by at least a couple scores this Friday.
Okay. Are you ready for conference basketball to begin?
Tomorrow, huh?
Oh, yeah, Hutchinson is in town. I know everybody looks at Hutch, as being probably a team that they'd like to, have on a Saturday night, in January and another one in February or whatever. But I guess schedule is what it is. So you get them on a Wednesday night in November.
Yeah, and it's not like the whoever puts the schedule together cares about any of the rivals.
Yeah.
Because Dodge City and Garden City are playing tomorrow night as well.
Really?
So it's not like they look at those and like, okay, we're going to save these juicy matchups to the second semester and put it on prime time, Saturday evening game or whatever it may be. So yeah, it is what it is. But Coach Clark, you look at it from two different perspectives. On the women's side, you're taking on defending national champion, undefeated. Haley Jackson's back, and defensively, Onchus and that crew are just so solid again this year. But you get them early. So I don't know if you want to play, Hutchinson women, late in the season by any means. I mean, they're good now. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather play them in late November than probably, mid or early February by all means. So on that side, then on the other side, I don't know. I think it's a fun matchup on the men's side, but I think there's a lot to play for if you're Hutch men coming into Great Bend Friday or this, tomorrow night.
Yeah,
because,
vice versa, man.
I think exactly because they've stumbled 2 times in their last 3 games. I mean, they're 4-2. They went 4-2 in their non-conference games. Just lost here in Great Bend where they had a 14-point lead at halftime. You come back now, you're playing the number 1 team in the country, as opposed to number 2. Barton moves up to the number 1 spot this week in the polls. It's your rival. It's a new head coach looking to prove himself at Hutchinson and Kyle Fisher. So, there's a lot. I think, you talk about trying to build your team up if you're Hutchinson men coming into Great Bend. But, obviously there's a lot to play for if you're Barton. You still want to keep that win streak alive against Hutchinson.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? So
it's been a long time. They've had their number.
Yes. That Enid team's not bad.
Enid's really good. I mean, and then they had the stud that obviously went off. Barton kept him under 20, but, then went off for 40 points against Hutchinson. So, Enid was good. Coming into Great Bend, they gave both Barton and Hutchinson, a lot to handle. You look at the rest of the non-conference for Barton. I thought, North Platte has played some good games against other Jayhawk schools. So I don't think that was a pretty good North Platte win last week, in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So to get that win by, close to that 20-point margin was solid. And then obviously getting the close win at the Sports Arena, earlier this year in non-conference play. So, I mean, maybe not necessarily the non-conference schedule you've seen in the past, but at the same time, Enid was solid. I think North Platte's going to be solid. And, then the Western Texas team, Southwestern Texas team was good too.
Okay, Cole Reif with us. He's got to go clean his car out before he takes it in. Get the oil
some
changed.
old Happy Meal hamburgers in there.
Oh, yeah, there's... the number of French fries are probably in the back of.
Well, it's even worse is when they get wedged in the car seat, like in those cracks of the car. Like you're not getting those out unless you just burn the car seat. Like
that's another thing. How can you, as a young parent, I would have. Those car seats are impossible
to clean,
to get them in and out.
Oh, to get them. Well, I mean,
it's like a rocket seat right now.
It depends how secure you want them, because there's the cheat code is you use the seatbelt route of it. So you strap this car seat in with the seatbelt. That's the cheat code. The preferred method and the safer method is, to use the actual straps and
those hooks underneath the seats, and it's just how do you get them out?
You're trying to bend your fingers in
my
there.
Kids will come over because they know it just that will be it. My grandkids will be sitting on a box in the front seat. It's just too frustrating.
Times have changed.
Yeah, I know they are, Cole. I struggle with that every day. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to talk with Megan Bessaker. She's in Clarksville, Tennessee. where they open play in the National Volleyball Tournament tomorrow. That's next on Sports Day.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
When you're a farmer, water can be a blessing or a curse. Expected rain? Good. Water in your engines? Bad. What do I trust to fuel my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel that keeps contaminants from clogging filters, ruining fuel injectors, and tanking fuel efficiency better than any formula that's come before. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Covering your local teams and your local athletes. It's Sports Day on KVGB, presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day also brought to you today by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison. By Freedom Claims Management, innovative healthcare plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish, and continued support. They have you covered. And Equity Bank, adding value for their customers and communities. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoiston, and Larned. See the locations tab at equitybank.com. Barton Lady Cougars open play in NJCAA National Tournament tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. They'll take on Navarro College out of Texas in the first round. And head coach Megan Besker joining us today from Clarksville, Tennessee. Megan Besker, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, it's okay. I guess you're getting our rain today, right?
We are.
Okay. How's Clarksville been so far? When did you guys arrive, and kind of tell us what you've been doing since you got down there?
Yeah, we got here yesterday, and we're about to practice here soon. We play tomorrow. We have the banquet tonight, so it was a pretty good drive, not too bad. A little further than we usually go, but everything's going smoothly.
Okay, so what's the excitement level like? I mean, you know, you're going down to a new place, and just kind of the vibe of the team right now.
Everyone's really excited. I think after practice today, they'll kind of know more what to expect. None of our girls have been to the national tournament before, so I think they're really excited and maybe a little bit nervous, but I think they're ready to go.
This is something you guys talked about from the beginning of the year. How satisfying does it feel to see this goal that you had come to fruition?
Very exciting. The girls have worked really hard. I think, you know, it was a goal last year to get here, and we fell short of that. So the goal, again, was to get here. But also, you know, we do want to win some games here. We don't just want to be here to be here.
Absolutely. So have you been to the arena yet at Austin Peay University?
I'm actually here now. The team is on their way.
Okay. All right. So what do you think?
It's nice. It's a very nice facility. It's a really good town, decent size. The girls were pleased with all the restaurants and were by them all that they've seen. And some of them, you know, the only place they've been to is Kansas. So It's definitely different from back home.
Yeah, Clarksville's a cool town. So you just got done, I believe, with a coaches meeting. What do you talk about in a coaches meeting in a national tournament?
Oh, just all the things that you need to know, where to park, where to get in, what to plan for, locker rooms, just all the stuff that doesn't involve actually playing.
Okay, and the banquet tonight, what's that going to be like? What's that all about?
So the volleyball committee does a really good job. We have a banquet with all the teams, all the players, and the coaches that are involved, and we get to share a meal together. We get that's where they induct their Hall of Fame class for the NJCAA. So it's really nice, and it's really cool to see the other teams all dressed up, but also a lot of our international students know a lot of international players on other teams. So it's cool to see them get to talk to people from back home and see their friends from back home that they probably haven't seen in a really long time.
All right, Megan Bessiker with us, Barton Lady Cougar volleyball coach from Clarksville, Tennessee today. They open play tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. They'll take on Navarro College. Megan, explain how this format is. Is it pool play, or kind of take us through your roadmap that you have here starting tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock?
So it's a double elimination, but it's consolation bracket. So if you win the first game, you're in the top 8, and then if you lose the first game, you still will get to play on until you lose 2, but there's no building your way back up through the bracket. If we were to win tomorrow, we would play, I think, at 4 o'clock on Thursday. So that's our goal, just one game at a time. We're not really focused on anything else yet, but it is a double elimination tournament.
Okay, so Navarro College out of Texas. You played them way back on August 24th. That was at the tournament out at Garden City, part of your 13-0 start. What do you remember about that match?
They're very talented, very athletic. They have a really good offense. Both teams have changed a lot since then. So we swept them last time, but we definitely know that it's going to be a lot harder this time. They have players on their team that have been to the national tournament before. They got 3rd last year, so they kind of know what to expect. So I think we're ready to go, and I think we're more than capable of beating them, but it's the national tournament, so you never know what's going to happen.
Okay, so what's different about the Navarro team that you faced in August, that what you've seen that you'll see tomorrow morning?
They got a new coach, so I think they were still trying to get used to their new coach a little bit, and they had some freshmen that were playing, of some sophomores that graduated last year. But I think what I've seen watching film that's different is their ball control is a lot better than it was at the beginning. They just work together more as a team than they did. That opening weekend, we talked about all year how we have a lot of sophomores. So our team chemistry was really good. We're used to working together, where some of those teams that have more freshmen, it takes them a couple of weeks to get to where they need to be.
And you said your team's changed a bit, even though you had veterans. Talk about this process of your team going through the season, because, you have everybody back, but you want to get better.
Yeah. So I think from the beginning of season to now, we've just developed our game a little bit more. We have some different options offensively. We're able to run a few different things because we were good at the basic stuff. So we're not as predictable as we used to be at the beginning. I think everyone has gotten better and stepped up, and we talk about any day we can have a different leading scorer, which I think makes our team hard to play, but has also helped us get better throughout the season.
Okay, so Navarro, 11 a.m. Is this the first match of the tournament? Do you guys kick it off?
Yes, but it's at 10 a.m.
Oh, at 10 a.m. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yep.
So 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and at the same court, Indian Hills, a team you're familiar with. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like a reunion day. You've seen a lot of these teams so far.
We have seen a lot. A lot of the teams that are here have scheduled tougher schedules, so we've seen them at different tournaments, and probably why we're all here, because we did schedule the way we did.
What's the message to your team today during practice and then tomorrow before you get going at 10 a.m.?
Just to stay focused. Yes, it's fun to be here, but, get used to the court today at practice. High energy. We don't have a lot of time on the court, so just do everything you can to make sure that you're prepared for tomorrow.
Okay, so practice coming up here in just a little bit. What's a practice like before? How much time you get on the court, and some of the things you want to get accomplished? Just kind of getting the feel for the place?
Yeah, so we get 55 minutes, so it's kind of getting used to, this is a bigger arena than we're used to playing in, so get used to the lighting, get used to the space, especially when we're serving, find the court, just get a feel for the environment that you're going to be playing in, and, we we've been on a long road trip, so kind of get out there and work hard for 55 minutes.
Yeah, the girls anxious to get going.
They are.
Yeah.
It's a long wait. We're used to playing 2 to 3 times a week, and then now you have a week and a half before your next match. So it's definitely been a lot of practice, no play.
Okay, so you'll get plenty of that coming up in the next few days for sure. So what's the rest of the day look like after you get your practice out of the way and then start getting prepared for tomorrow?
We'll have practice this morning, and then we'll eat some lunch, and we'll do some study hall, and then we have our banquet tonight.
Very good. What are your feelings right now here, a little over 24 hours away from getting this thing started, Megan?
I'm really excited, and I'm really excited for this group of kids. We've talked all year about our sophomores and how they've changed the program and how they've rebuilt the program, and I'm excited that they get to experience this and all the hard work they put in, and it's our last round with them, so it's kind of bittersweet, but really happy for all of them.
Well, we're happy for you too. Enjoy the day and get ready. Have a pleasant, rested evening tonight, and go get them tomorrow, Megan. Thanks so much. Megan Bessinger with us, Barton volleyball coach from Clarksville, Tennessee, this afternoon here on Sports Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hurry! Hadley, close the door!
Okay, Papa, I've got it.
Oh, no! The safety eyes worked.
Papa, isn't that a good thing?
Yes, Hadley. It's a good thing normally, but...
Hey, you two. Where's my turkey?
Papa did it.
Well, at least I still have you 2 turkeys.
Happy Thanksgiving from C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Take your passion for creating magic behind the curtain to new levels with Barton Community College's Technical Theater program. This new program is designed for students to learn how to create breathtaking light shows, run a state-of-the-art soundboard, and build captivating sets. Unleash your creativity and earn an associate's degree to build the skills you need for a career in theater. Now enrolling for the fall semester. Learn more at techtheater.bartoncccc.edu.
Covering your local teams and your local athletes. It's Sports Day on KVGB, presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back. Sports Day today brought to you in part by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country, also in part by the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, large or small. They take care of them all. Alan Clark joins us today. What, you get tied up yesterday? You running a basketball program? You got things going on? Come on, man.
Got a few things going on. We had an injury to Macy Smith, and we're trying to get that all fixed up and get her appointment set and all that stuff. So yeah, sorry about missing.
No, that's all good. Okay, so we're done talking with Megan Bessinger, and she's always just so wonderful to talk to.
Oh yeah.
We've got to meet, a lot of her volleyball play. In fact, almost all of them. Mm-hmm. But when I asked her how things are going, she paused a little bit. But we won't go into it. But yeah, it hasn't been the smoothest of travel down there.
That's my understanding. It's not quite as smooth as what it sounded like. But Megan's a really positive person, so she's going to make it work.
Well, you go to the national tournament. You're going all the way down south to Lubbock, right?
We've been to Lubbock.
Yeah. So travel issues when you're going down there. And you're a schedule guy. I can.
Yeah. When I set an itinerary, boy, we try to stick that itinerary as best we can, and to have a big hiccup in that would be kind of disconcerting.
It's pretty cool. Lady Cougars in the national tournament, though. So that's keeping the old Barton athletics momentum going right now.
Yep, she's got that program turned. She mentioned that she's got it back on track, and we're happy for Meg, and we're proud of her the way she's done the volleyball.
Well, are you ready for number one tomorrow night,
goodness.
November 20th?
Got Hutch coming
Here
in.
It come.
November 20th, 7th game of the year. We got 10 freshmen, and
so is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's both.
You can look both.
It's both. Yeah, it's both. Especially with Hutch, because the way they do things, sometimes it takes them a while to get rolling. Because John does things, he does things the right way, and just like us, it takes some time to get what you want done implemented, and so sometimes catching them early is a plus.
Do they have how many returners they have back from that?
They have I think 3 or 4 returners. They have the big one, of course, is Haley Jackson.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of other kids that had more role players last year. Kid from Mineola, Kansas, Madison. So she's 5'10" post player. Uses her body really well. But they've got a couple other guards that are back. And they've got a couple transfers. They had a kid transfer in from Fort Hays State. They had a kid transfer from Morton in Illinois transferred in. So they've got some other sophomores.
So, but this is a good gauge. I mean, you go in and keep telling your kids, okay, this is what you need to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what about pretty good lesson when you're going against the number one ranked team in the country. The coach knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, and when you watch, we watch film and we point out things that, hey, this is the way we're teaching it too. This is the way you should be doing it. They execute offensively, defensively. They guard you. They're just very well coached team. That's obvious. So throw some talent with that, and it makes it really tough.
You're 4-2. You got to win against Redlands on Friday night, and again, as we've talked, that schedule wasn't your problem. It's the reason why you went down to Hobbs, New Mexico, to get some of that. But what do you see in the game on Friday night from your team against Redlands, who's traditionally been pretty good?
Well, we didn't handle things early in the game. We fouled too much early. We turned the ball over too much early. But then we kind of settled in after that and played much better down the stretch. And we, I was on the bench and I told Coach Annie and Coach Tyson, I said, I think we were up 10 or so at the time. I said we really need to get this stretched out to 20, and we did. We got it stretched to 20 at one point. I think we ended up winning by 16, but we played better in the second half, and hopefully we gained some confidence for one thing, and hopefully we gained some knowledge about how to handle pressure.
Okay, so and we've talked because we've done this for several years now.
Mm-hmm.
As the way the schedule went, the longer conference schedule,
Mm-hmm.
because heck, it used to be, you go through the first semester and maybe the competition was good, but you figured out some things. Now you don't get as much time to do that. So how's that changed as far as what you try to implement early in a season and things like that?
Well, I tell our kids all the time, I'm not a very patient person anyway, and so it makes it a little tougher on them. But yeah, when you consider we had our first game November 1st, it's 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks, and here we are playing our first conference game, and that's really unfair to freshmen coming in. But it is what it is. Everybody has to do it, and so I wouldn't want to have a bye this first week, but it would be nice to have not maybe Hutch or some but at least we're at home. I guess that's a good thing. We don't have to go to Hutch.
No, absolutely. So what have you seen for your team that you like, and then some things that you've seen that we're really have to tighten up before we get into January?
Yeah, we talked about it last time. I think we were here. Defensively is the main concern. If we look at our statistics where we rank in the conference and stuff, on the offensive parts of the ledger, we're top half. But we start looking at defensive things and we're down toward the bottom. So it's obvious it's the defensive end that really needs some work. And the other part of that, on the offensive end, is taking better care of the ball. We've got too many turnovers. We got to cut down the turnovers, and we got to play better defense. That's the main thing.
Okay, so when you're talking teams and you have a lot of newcomers, everybody talks, well, how are they going to you got to know, how do you play with them on offense? How much is that familiarity with your playing and communication on the defensive side? Is that overlooked sometimes?
Yeah, probably so. And for us, we want to play man, but we're not married to it. Last year we played basically all zone because of the team that we had, the people, the personnel that we had, it dictated to us that we had to play some zone. And, this year we haven't played any zone at all yet. But it's mainly communication on the defensive end, playing to a scouting report, learning what the player that you're guarding and what they like to do, trying to take away their strengths as best you can, try to force them into something they don't want to do. And that just takes a lot of time and effort, communication. We watch a lot of film.
What have you seen from the conference so far, even though with this very small sample size, teams you expected to be good, doing well, or maybe some surprises so far?
Well, you look at Hutch is 6-0, and then Butler. I think Butler's 5-0. Even teams like Pratt are undefeated right now. They haven't played a real tough schedule, but the ones that have played a little tougher schedule like us and Dodge, we've got a couple losses. But it's always going to be tough. The Jayhawks always tough. You're going to have, your Hutches and your Butlers and your Dodges. Yeah. Seward's going to be good again. Garden City's much better this year, so it'll be tough again.
Yep, you get Garden on Saturday, and then you go to Concordia next Tuesday. So
yeah, two places that are tough to go on the road to play. Yeah. Garden City and Cloud County. That's two tough road games after playing Hutch.
Alan, thanks for coming in today.
I appreciate you having me.
And good luck tomorrow night. Yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
Here we go. Alan Clark in. Lady Cougars start things tomorrow night at 5:30. Pregame with Cole Reif on B104.3 The Point at 5:15. More Sports Day coming up.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center. As we think about sports and athletics, the big teams, the big games get all the attention. Let's think about all the other sports that don't, such as tennis, golf, bowling, some of those incredible sports. Let's shine a light on those people too, but also shine a light on the band, the cheerleaders, the dance squad, those folks that help bring energy to the games and celebrate a sport for all the athletes. Let's celebrate that. Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center, large or small, we take care of them all.
For the past 13 years, Sports Day has been the show devoted to local sports and local athletes. And it's all brought to you by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Show brought to you today by Equity Bank. Here when you need us, bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. The Marmy Auto Group, 10th Street in Great Bend, and by the Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of its individuals. Okay, Barton volleyball tomorrow. Yeah, I guess the bus problems going down to Clarksville, Tennessee. Megan was still joyful and things like that, but some issues, so hopefully that they're ready to go tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock against Navarro. And hot off the press, I got this from one of my favorite people out there. Okay, we're going to try to load somebody up tomorrow. I think this would be a good guest. Miles Mingus.
Oh, really?
Defensive Player of the Year in the MIAA.
Cool.
First team all-conference.
Wow. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Coming from Central Plains?
I think that would be good tomorrow. We're going to have J.D. Johnson on to talk Oiler football. Now, Miles is also known as the mayor of Ellenwood, so there was kind of, so he covers, we'll work on that, see if that'd be a pretty good.
He covers Eastern Barton County.
Yeah, that would be pretty good tomorrow if we can hook that up. So, yeah, congratulations, Miles Mingus. Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
MIAA.
Well, he knocked down that pass against Kearney, if you remember, right?
There you go. Hesh, appreciate it. Hope you cheer up during the rest of the day.
Not going to happen.
We'll talk to you tomorrow on Sports Day.